It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Yo, once again, it's on. Back at you one more again. Real Kids TV in the house like kitchen sinks. Before I get into this afternoon story, if you will, understand that I'm the self-proclaimed Mr. 30 Minutes or Better. Meaning anytime I drop you a story, it's guaranteed to be 30 minutes or better. So if you're on your way to work, you at work, you don't feel like being there, as we so often don't. You're on your way home from work, you need to laugh, you need to cry. Perhaps you're trying to lay down and take a nap or go to sleep at night, depending on whatever time you're listening to or viewing this video. Or you're just in the mood for a good old-fashioned true, keyword being true, penitentiary / life story / life experience. This is the channel for you. If you prefer your 8 to 12 to 15 minute videos, absolutely nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But at Real Kids TV, it's 30 minutes or better. So with all that being said, with all that being wrapped up into one big old nutshell that is, pause. There is a message. Before I get into the actual story, y'all jump in the comment section and let me know where you're chiming in from. I'm in Lexington, Kentucky. Let me know your city, your state, your hood, your set, whatever it may be that you're representing. Let it be known in the comment section. No, my email's realkenstv@yahoo. Realkenstv@yahoo. I often get questions. I often get requests. I respond to as many as I possibly can. After all, I am for the people, and you all are the people. We the people. I'll never get too big for the people. Real Kens. I say real Kens. Unfortunately, I got a nephew, and he just got sentenced to 12 years in the Department of Corrections. It is in Kentucky. I know that you're from Kentucky, as you often speak of. Could you please give us some insight, because this is his first time, being incarcerated. As far as, for this length of time, he's done small stints in the county jail. And as a family, we're all coming together and we're trying to get him sent, to a location that's close to home, or sent to a location where it's not so, gang populated or violent. Is there anything that you can do? Is there any sort of advice, any sort of, they even offered to pay me for my advice. Is there anything that you can tell us to potentially keep, our nephew and son and brother and father and all of the above in the safest possible scenario? 12-year sentence. He has to do 2.5 years, just under 2.5 years before he goes up for parole. Just wants to go in, do his time, take as many programs as he can possibly take, and come on home to his family. Please help us, Real Kens. Wow. That's deep. That's deep. Why I do offer a consultation, this one's on me. It's on me, baby. I'm not even gonna charge you for this one. I'm gonna give you some free games, some free knowledge, information about the Department of Corrections as a whole. You see, once you enter the Department of Corrections, and I'm primarily speaking about Kentucky, but I would go out on a limb. I would venture out to say all of every state, basically. You often hear me say locking people up is a business. Sure, you got your bad guys that really need to be in prison. The guys that's out here doing things to elderly people, kids, graping women, violence, things of that nature, that magnitude. Those people obviously need to be locked up. But for whatever reason, seems like in a lot of cases, those are the ones that end up getting the least amount of time. Make it make sense. Penitentiary's full of thieves, full of drug addicts, minor criminals. See, there is a such thing as a minor criminal. People will say, no, Kens, I don't agree with you. I rock with you, but I don't believe. But there's levels to everything that you do in life. See, every criminal is not on the same level, if you will. Not condoning crime, but if you go in Walmart and you steal $300 worth of items or what have you, so that you can feed your drug habit. Not trying to condone it, not trying to say that it's cool, not trying to offer any sort of excuses for doing that, because I noticed that I said so that you can feed your drug habit. No, just for the simple fact that you stole $300 worth of items out of any store is wrong, and you deserve to be punished. You deserve to be accountable for your actions. But to be sent to prison for 11, 12 years, it's absolutely absurd. But that's what they're going to continue to do, because they have to keep these beds filled, these private prisons. See, they put them in corporations, and you don't really know who's really behind these prisons. Probably have judges, probably have prosecutors, you probably have all type of individuals, but their name would never be brought up, because there's so many different umbrellas and there's so many different ways of hiding exactly who this individual is. You will never even know that this judge that just sentenced you to 15 years has part ownership in 2 or 3 private prisons. Got no reason to make this up. So basically what I'm trying to say is, there's no possible way to, unless you know somebody and you really have some sort of connections, but your average everyday individual, your average Joe, man, you're going to go wherever they send you at. Whatever bed space is available is where you're going to get sent. You young people, anybody that's doing dirt and crime or whatever, y'all hear me. I want you all to specifically listen to this. And hopefully you all will start to share my videos to get the message, to get the word out more. It takes, 20, 30 seconds to share a video. Another 20, 30 seconds. Hey, y'all check this guy out, man. He's really, really giving. He cares about the youth. He's really, really, just giving out his real life experiences, in hopes that others don't do the exact same thing that he did. He's going to go through a process. He's in the county jail. You're in the county jail, and you stay in the county jail for so long before the Department of Corrections comes in, picks you up or whatever. Never know exactly how long that may be. Maybe a couple weeks, maybe a week, maybe 2 or 3 months. Again, it depends on the bed space. Get into the story, Kens. I'm already into the story. Just a lot of you all don't understand that I'm into the story way before you think that I'm into the story. In Kentucky, they have facilities that are called Class D facilities / regional jails. Meaning that the penitentiaries stay so packed, they don't have any bed space to keep sending inmates to penitentiaries. So guess what? Instead of building 30 and 40 and 50, 60, $100 million penitentiaries, they just start keeping inmates in county jails. And they keep them separate from the county inmates. Give them a couple of contracts in the city and the county or whatever that they're in. Allow a few of the inmates to go out and, mow grass, weed eat, pick up, dead roadside, pick up cans, work at the dog pound, work at the recycling center, doing things such as those positions that I mentioned. And they give them $12.60 a month, $13 a month. All the while they're charging $13 an hour for these individuals. Okay, well, hire the inmates, or you go get somebody else and you're going to pay them $20 an hour. And the jail's keeping all the revenue, and everybody's getting kickbacks off the backs of the inmates. So that's why it's always disgusting me when you hear a judge say, I bet not see you in my courtroom again. No. The truth of the matter is, you want to see that individual in your courtroom again. Everybody just stopped committing crimes. A lot of people in jail that haven't really committed a crime, and if they did, it was blown up. It was exaggerated to where it shouldn't even have been a felony in the first place. Let's just say we lived in a crimeless world. There's no need for cops. There's no need for prosecutors. There's no need for judges. There's no need for criminal lawyers. So it's a system, and they have to keep that system going. Why do you think police officers, certain times of the month, end of the month, or whenever it may be, more tickets are written? It's a quota. They can say all day, oh, we don't have a quota. Yes, it is. There's a quota. Have to arrest people. Have to give people tickets. Because tickets equivalent. Here I go making up words. Tickets are equivalent to money. You get this $250 ticket, you're going to pay this money, man. If you don't, okay, you're going to jail. You want to go to jail, you're going to go home. You don't pay it, they're going to come and arrest you. Oh, here, let me pay. I don't want to spend 2-3 nights in jail, so I'm going to purge out. It's all about the money. It's all about the money. And a lot of people just don't understand that or refuse to believe that. Let's just call this individual Lil Johnny. Person that sent me this message didn't, say his name. Lil Johnny's gonna send that county jail and go to wherever they send Lil Johnny at. With the exception of you all having pull or having, knowing somebody within the system. And will he be safe? That's a question. That's a broad question. That's a kind of subjective. You can never really say if an individual is going to be safe because it's not really about the facility. It's about the facility, but at the same time, you never really know who's in that facility. That's what I've seen. One of the most dangerous dudes that I've ever seen in my 11 years that I've served in a Class D facility. Class D facilities typically, if you violent or if you have a long time, like 15, 20 years, nah, you're going to penitentiary. You just going to sit in the county jail until they have bed space for you. So the Class D facilities, the county jails, it's low-level inmates like I was. I wasn't no I wasn't no street monster, no goon or nothing on the streets, man. I was just about getting some money, man. I tell you that off top. I wasn't shooting nobody. I wasn't, getting shot at a couple times. But, things happen. But I ain't never shooting nobody. I ain't never shooting nobody, you know what I'm saying? I was just all about my bread. Wasn't gonna kill nothing. Wasn't gonna let nothing die, man. Y'all rock with me. Never gonna jump on here. People see my videos. Getting to the point now to where people recognize me, but it didn't matter if people didn't recognize me. I've always kept it real, man. One thing about you, Kens, man, you keep it real, man. I have no choice. I got to walk these streets. Think I'm gonna be making up stories and then I got to walk these streets? Yes, yeah. Ken, yeah, he be on there talking about how tough he was in prison. Yeah, I seen a few of his videos. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm always, I'm a man. Always been a man. Anybody tell you that? I'm a stand up for myself. Won some, lost some. Just the way that it goes. But as far as jumping on here saying that I was doing all of these things and I was running the prison yard, nah, I was not doing. I was out of the way. I was a no factor in prison. Trying to go home. Seen situations in these county jails. I think I've probably seen more violence. I don't know. I've seen a lot, now that I really have to recollect and think about it, but I've seen a lot of violence in these Class D facilities. One particular situation, and I think that I've mentioned this before in prior videos, but guess what? I'm going to mention it again because everybody hasn't seen all of my videos. Y'all rock with me. No particular order or whatever. My dude Omar from Cincinnati, Avondale. Shout out to the 513 Avondale. My dog Omar, man. Derek. His real name's Derek Sorrell. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't always say a person's real name, but sometimes I do. Derek Sorrell. Call him Omar. I don't know what his street name is. I think he just goes by Omar, man. That's what we called him in lockup. Dark skin. Always wore Fresh fade, man. Omar was probably had to weigh about 205. Omar was about 5'11. Much to your surprise, respectfully. I can't even lie. Omar wasn't 5'11. Omar was about 5'9, but he carried himself like he was 5'11. He was a jokester. He always stood out because he was from Cincinnati, so Ohio, he had that accent. There's a couple dudes from Cincinnati, Ohio, what have you. In the jail, we were in a Class D facility, but they separated them. Omar and I had already we had already, did time prior to that. And they shipped him to the facility we were at in Beattyville, Kentucky. Beattyville, Kentucky. Nah, them rascals be. When you come down to Beattyville, Kentucky, brother, we gonna get funky like a monkey. It's old school wrestling. I don't know what the fuck they be talking about now. Beattyville, Kentucky, Three Forks Regional Jail. Doom, doom, doom. Thunderdome. Thunderdome. So it's doom, doom, doom when you walk into Three Forks Regional Jail. You know it's time to, you better have your fight game on, or be ready to fight. Be ready to fight. The reason I say be ready to fight, because this is in the hills of Eastern Kentucky, brother. They hold about 250 people, roughly. My numbers could be off, but I know it's roughly right around that amount. And when you come down to Beattyville, you better be ready to throw. That was the jail that you didn't want to go to. That was a jail that they sent you. It was like a punishment jail. You got certain jails within the state of Kentucky that are punishment jails. Three Forks Regional Jail. Now, this was back in, 08? Things have changed since then. Oh, mercy, mercy me. Things ain't what they used to be. No, I don't know how it is now. I've been out of the system. I've been home, 6 years? But I'm simply saying back then, Three Forks Regional Jail, you got I don't forget some of the names, but you got Fulton County. It's on the edge of the earth. Timbuktu is what they call it in Kentucky, because essentially they're sending you to Tennessee. 5 hours away from home. Punishment jails. These jails may be beauty love now. They may be the jails you want to get to if you're in the system. You don't want to go to no jail, but if you're in the system. But I'm just saying, back then, this is what it was, man. Y'all rock with me, man. Shout out to Miss Deborah, Chi-Town. Chi-Town's in the building. Shout out to my dog Steve, dropping them loads, them big loads. Steve drops big loads. Infinite pause. There's no double, single, triple. Infinite pause. Infinite pause, rather. Steve is a truck driver. Once again, and he's dropping loads off all over the country. Shout out to my dog, Jason. I think it's Jason V2323 or Jason2323. I'm sorry, Jason. I just, off the top of my head, this is just off the top of my head, man. Shout out to everybody that rocks with the channel, man. Everybody that rocks with the channel, man. I don't really like doing shout outs rather, because there's so many people that rock with the channel, and I can't remember every single person. Elaine Cox, my dog Eden. Hopefully I pronounce your name right. People that are consistently in my comments. Stick to the subject, Kens. Do y'all not think that at this point that I got over 1,000 videos? I know what I'm doing. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. I'm not venturing away from the subject. I know exactly what I'm doing. We're taking commercial breaks. Same thing if you watching a TV show, you're watching YouTube, if you're watching, anything, Fire Stick or whatever, there's ads, right? I know what I'm doing, man. But I appreciate your concern, but I know exactly what I'm doing. These jails are just like treacherous. More treacherous than the penitentiary, in my opinion. Eastern Kentucky, 250 people. Out of 250 people, you might have, I don't know, 6, 7 black people, if that, and they're not all in the same cell. See, everybody's not all in. It's 250 people, but they're divided by cells. You may have 10 different cells, 25 people in each cell. 15 different cells with, 17, 18 people in each cell. You all get what I'm trying to say. They sent me to Three Forks Jail, Regional Jail, Beattyville, Kentucky. All white. Barely any white people in the whole town. The surrounding towns, there's not many black people. Fuck. I was at a sweet spot with Omar. First Omar they shipped him away. He didn't even really do nothing. They shipped him away. Three Forks Regional Jail. We writing each other. I'm trying to get him back to where I'm at because I'm cool with the people. I'm a loan shark. I'm loaning officers money. But you need 40? Shit, I need 50 back. But you need 50? Okay, I need X amount of dollars back. So you could have cash money where we were at. So I'm cool with a couple of people, and it's like, man, get my dog. I'm trying to get my dog Omar brought back. They're thinking about bringing him back, but he's writing letters every other week. That's how bad. And Omar's a gangster, man. But he's writing letters every other week because this Three Forks Regional Jail is just like fighting. He got hands. Omar used to box. Once again, shout out to the 513, man. A lot of them dudes up in Ohio, up north, man, they come up boxing, man. Omar was in and out of the street, so he boxed, but he'd go to jail, box, and, so he never really was able to take it serious. Shout out to Adrian Broner. They sent him away or whatever. Three Forks. He's having a hard time. You may know how to fight, but damn, how you gonna fight 7, 8 motherfuckers that's coming at you on some racist shit, on some bullying shit? How you gonna do that? This ain't TV. Motherfuckers ain't Chuck Norris for real. That's TV shit. Chuck Norris whooping 7, 8 people, and then his sidekick, I don't even remember his name, the black dude who wore the cowboy hat, I don't remember his name. Y'all jump in the comment section if you know. If you know, you know, because I don't even know. I can't remember his name, but if I hear it, I'll be like, oh yeah, that was him. He get his ass whooped a couple times, and Chuck come and save the day or whatever. But in penitentiary, man, this ain't 7, 8 dudes, 4 or 5 dudes, shit, 3 or 4 dudes jumping on you. You gonna get your wig split, man. You might lose your life because they're gonna stomp you. And once you out, not me. It ain't. I'm gonna fight to the death. Well, you'll fight to the death, but guess what? The death will come. Because once you out, or you're very, very incoherent, you're not 100% out, but you're 90% out. Dude's gonna stomp your brains in, man. Killer be killed, man. Dog eat dog. Ain't nobody playing no games in the penitentiary and jail, period. I'm trying to get him to where I'm at. But at the same time, I get to wilding out because I thought I was going home on parole. They tell me to do another 12 months. I get to wilding out, fighting and arguing with the guards. I'm in the best spot possible. Throwing food up against the wall. Man, I don't want this shit. Give me a bowl of vegetable soup and it's all just one big ass tomato. Few vegetables. There's no, I'm looking at the shit and I'm like, can I get another tray? Because this is not it. Little 20-year-old. You're gonna eat what we give you. What? But I'm saying this is not what everybody else got. You're gonna eat what I give you. Boom, throw that shit against the wall. Bitch, you eat it. Excuse my French, but that's what I said. Come lock me down and shit. I'm trying to get to the penitentiary. But it's hard to get to the penitentiary once they put you in the Class D circuit, regional jail circuit. You gotta really, really, really do something. Send me to the joint, man. Fuck this shit. I should have been home. Rock with me. I'm wilding out. I've never been a wilding out type of individual. Prison, being away from your family and being away from home will sometimes change you. Found myself, as I mentioned, Three Forks Regional Jail. When they brought me in, I see Omar's name on the board, because there's a board and it shows like each cell and it has the individual's name on it. I've never seen anything like this. When a small jail, Eastern Kentucky, and I see Derek Sorrell. It's my dog. I say, hey man. I say, is there any way that you can put me in cell? I don't even remember what it was. 73. I don't even remember. Anyway, you can put me in cell 73, man. My brother Derek Sorrell, he's in the cell. We don't cause no trouble. We don't have no. In hindsight, it probably wasn't the best thing to say, but they super, super, super slow. We just had a major death in the family, man, and that's what prompted me to somewhat be here, because I got the wilding out and just, you know. But I'm cool now, and I need my brother, man. He's my brother from another mother, but we are not blood related. Person at the front desk, or that was checking people in, that was responsible for signing people. You know what? I feel you on that. He didn't say that, but I totally understand. Puts me in the same cell. Cell 73, 173, whatever it was. 73, 173. I think it was 73. Problem is, that cell was on a loop. They had like 2 or 3 cells that was on a loop. If you're on a loop, that's a gladiator school. The other cells was laid back. You worked outside. You worked in the laundry. You was laid back. You was older, elderly. I didn't know. But I also didn't give a fuck. So if I had known, I still would have said, man, go on, throw me in the Thunderdome. They put me in a cell with my brother. He was out to work. He had a little job or whatever. So when I realized that the inmates were coming in, because you can see out. Everything is glass, but they got like the tinted windows. So you can see out, but they can more so see in, opposed to you seeing out of the glass or whatever. It's like shadows you can see. But you know when the work crew's coming in. Work crews coming in, it's about, I don't know, 4 or 5 of them, 6 of them. Work crew will go out. Half of them, they coming back packed. Keystering. They got cigarettes. Whatever they want to bring in their ass. That's what keystering is. The fuck? Out here keystering putting shit in your ass. The fuck? But hey, it's just penitentiary. It's jail. I ain't never keystered nothing. Never will. Care how broke I was, ain't happening. I go in the bathroom. Hey, don't tell him I'm here. But he already, he had an inclination, but he didn't know it was me. But he had hey, your brother's here. In his mind, he's thinking my brother. He had brothers, but they weren't in the system, so he don't have a clue who it is. I'm in the bathroom hiding. Not hiding, but you know, when he walks in the cell, whatever. Nice size cell. He don't know. I come out the back. Oh, pause. Triple pause. Once I come out the back. triple. Matter of fact, we gonna rewind that. I'm gonna do something I've never done. We gonna double rewind that. I'm in the bathroom. I'm hiding. He walks into the cell. He walk around the corner because it was the corner where the bathroom was at. He looks at me. I look at him. He was like, "What's up, my nigga? What the fuck is you doing there?" We give each other dap, I said prison shit, dumb shit that they do, signs. Everything's all beautiful. Everything's beautiful, man. They've been trying to bully him in the cell. Like I said, it's about 24, 25 dudes in the cell, but it's maybe only 3 black dudes. The rest is white. The other 2 black dudes weren't really real. But keep it out. They weren't black. Let's see, there's levels. They weren't black like me. Black like him. They was on some country music shit. Ain't nothing wrong with country music. I ain't gonna say I love it, but I like country music to a certain extent. But not all day, every day. Same way as people like rap music or R&B, but they may not want to hear it all day, every day. But what you gonna do? Motherfucking, you trying to watch Monday Night Football, but they watching Monday Night Raw. You trying to watch football on Sundays, but they watching fucking NASCAR. On Saturdays, you trying to watch college football, but they watching fucking 300. Strength in numbers. Can't whoop 20 people. So what do you do? Now I'm in the cell. Not to say I'm some savior or anything like that, but I'm in the cell. I'm in the cell. He's happy. Now there's about 4 of us in the cell. He's telling me certain things that have gone on. Certain things in which they've taken advantage because, again, there's strength in numbers. And it's just like, wow, bro, for real? Like, are you serious? Don't even worry about it. Fret not. This shit ain't gonna... we're gonna go back to back. But we also have to understand that just because we go back to back, they will separate us and put us in a situation where it goes back to what it once was. We both trying to get out of there. I'm right in the facility where I was at, Powell County Regional Jail. It's about 45 minutes away. I ain't gonna lie, I cop deuces. I'm apologizing. But I'm apologizing to the right people because I know some of the people that's higher ups. Evidently, I ain't know all the higher ups because they shipped my black ass out of there. But I still had some people that was gonna fight for me. Miss Tina, man, I know I was tripping. Miss Tina, I understand that I did these things and I was wilding out, and see what ended up happening was when I threw that soup against the wall, there was the person over the jail with a second in command, Big Dallas. Big Dallas, man, was second in command. He really ran the whole jail, but he's second in command. It's his niece. And so when she told him that, it was just like, get him out of here. I never knew that was his niece at the time when I did that. Like I said, small jail, a couple hundred people. I said Three Forks Regional Jail had about 250, but this jail that I was in, they had 2 sides. You got a lockdown side, which had, I don't know, a couple hundred people, and then the side that I was on for state inmates, for felony inmates, low-level state inmates, we had like 40 to 50 people at any given time. 40 beds, but sometimes 10 people would be sleeping on the floor with a mat, but they didn't care because it was so beautiful. Eventually you're going to get a bunk. I'm in a privileged situation, but I'm looping out because I'm thinking I'm going to go home. The first time I go for parole, they give me 18 months. Okay, cool. I'm already knowing that's coming. It's a little excessive, but I'm knowing, okay, I'm not gonna get out the first time. I do the 18 months, and I go back up for parole. They give me 6 months. Damn, I'm pissed in. Why y'all giving me 6 months before I did? Okay, cool. I do the 6 months. Just know I'm going home. My family got a birthday party planned for me coming home. Welcome home, because it was like right before my birthday. Y'all give me another 12 months. So I bloop out. Not saying that I should have, but that's what I did. Blooped all the way out. Shouldn't have. You live and hopefully you learn. Hopefully you live. Very, very bad, tumultuous situation that I placed, potentially or partially placed myself in. Went to cell. Then they started putting more and more. It was like, looking back, it was kind of like, damn, did they set us up? 4 black dudes in the cell. 2 of them, like I said, was kind of corny. Then they put like 2 or 3 more. Then they put a couple white dudes in the cell. They was white, but they was down with the brothers, and it was, so now it was a totally different environment. Playing Monopoly every day. It got loud in the motherfucker, I ain't gonna lie. We playing chess. We playing poker. We playing dominoes. We playing, just whatever. It was competitive. Black people sometimes, I'm not ashamed to say that black people sometimes get a little loud, man, especially when it comes to competition. I'm not to say white people don't, but I'm saying black people sometimes we get a little loud and bitch ass nigga, domino motherfucker, checkmate bitch. Playing Monopoly. Nah, I want all that shit. Give me your whole shit. It gets a little loud and obnoxious at times. It does. But what's the difference from when it was only 1 or 2 black people in the cell and you motherfuckers playing country music from first thing in the morning? Y'all got 4 country music channels. No BET. No VH1. Y'all took all that because it was like you all could take the music. You all could add and subtract whatever music channels that you wanted to. So you had Fuse. Other than that, 4 country music channels. And that's all you heard all day long. Country. That's why I know so many country music songs and that. That's all I heard. Should have seen it in color. Looks like we were kids today. No, looks like we were here today, like a couple of kids just trying to save each other. Should have seen it in color. Like you were forced to, a picture's worth 1,000 words, but you can't see what those shades of keep covered. Should have seen it in color. I don't know the exact words now, but back then I knew it word for word. You had no choice but to just compartmentalize that song, those songs in your head, because you heard them every day, all day long. And you gonna hear, should have seen it in color. You gonna hear it 10 times a day. But now, although the everything wasn't even. Now there's 6, 7 of us. Maybe 7, 8. A couple white dudes. It wasn't about black and white. It was just about equality. It was just about being right. Ain't all that, should have seen it in color. It was, if you want to put a ring on it. If you really want to put a ring on it. Oh, 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 oh. That's that Beyonce. I hated that shit. But they played that shit so many times, like, should have seen it in color. I got tired of hearing that Beyonce shit. Because the only channel they gave us was Fuse, as I mentioned. But it wasn't going to be on country music all day long. It wasn't going to be on fucking wrestling, all day long on certain nights. It wasn't going to be on motherfucking, NASCAR. Dale Earnhardt comes around the corner. We're going to be there all day long. We're going to get some football up in this motherfucker. Football Sunday. Once they seen that tides had turned. Once they seen that it wasn't going to be the way that it once was, they quickly dismantled us. They quickly dismantled us. They started shipping us to other sections, if you will, of the jail. It's part one. I'm going to leave y'all another cliffhanger. It's part one, man. I got a couple parts. At least one more part, maybe two. But this is part one. You don't want to miss part two, because I'm going to tell you what happened. It's going to blow your mind. 6, 7, I say 4 or 5 black dudes, 2, 3 white dudes that was down with the brothers versus 16, 17 white dudes that were from this small town of Beattyville, Kentucky, that weren't necessarily down with the brothers, man. Hopefully y'all enjoyed part one. Definitely like the video, share, subscribe if you're not already subscribed to the channel, and be sure to hit that post notification anytime I bring you this action, this heat. Guess what? You're amongst the first to receive, man. Y'all be sure to stay tuned for part two. Should have seen it in color.